Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's having a wonderful, restful, peaceful, tranquil weekend. I am Sean Ferrell. Welcome to the Sean Ferrell podcast. Before I get started, though, it's been a tough week in the city of Memphis, Tennessee. Um, just want to say rest in peace to Eliza Fletcher. That story made national news. I just pray for her family and the victims who were gunned down unsu- unsun- unsuspectingly, if I said that right, um, by another guy. So, rest in peace to Eliza Fletcher, praying for her family, as well as the other victims of the shooting that occurred, I believe, Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. And so, just praying for them, praying for their families, praying for the city. Okay. So, with that being said, let's not waste no time. Let's get right to it. Talking about suicide, asking questions about suicide. Of course, you have the 988 suicide and crisis lifeline number. Some things over. There we go. So you have the 988 hotline. Then you have the suicide prevention lifeline number. 988 is easier to remember. It's kind of like 988 is like what 911 is for emergencies. Dial 911, firemen, policemen, you know. So 988 to mental health is what 911 is to emergencies. 988 is the mental health emergency number. There's also 988 chat, and you can use 988 if you're in a crisis, just want to talk, you know. So 988, the suicide prevention lifeline number is still, you can still call that if you want to. Asking questions about suicide. When you ask questions about suicide, you want to ask them directly. You want to ask a question in a way that gives you a yes or no answer. And you want to directly use the word suicide, which establishes that you and the at-risk person are talking about the same thing. So one of the ways that you can ask is, are you thinking about ending your life? Or are you thinking about killing yourself? No, that's one of the two ways you can ask. One of the ways not to ask is, you're not thinking about killing yourself, are you? No. You don't want to ask that question as if though you are looking for a no answer. You want to ask the question in the manner that tells the person, although you assume that you're suicidal, you are looking for and will accept denial. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't been asked. I'm not, hey, Sean, you're not thinking about killing yourself, are you? The thing that was told to me when I was thinking about suicide was, the worst thing I think I was told was, don't think like that. Don't think like that. And it's a sin, okay? For those of you who may not know, Tony Dungy, if you don't remember, the Tony Dungy when his son ended his life by suicide. He broke up with his girlfriend, ended his life by suicide the week before the Colts were going to play the Steelers in the playoffs. And so, and I watched that game that particular day, and I just don't know how. I just don't know how he coached through that, knowing that his son ended his life by suicide just days earlier. But you don't want to ask. You're not thinking about killing yourself, are you? What you want to do is that was my phone. I ain't gonna worry about it. Validate the personal or the person experience. You want to talk openly about it. You don't want to panic. You want to be willing to listen and allow for emotional expression. And you want to recognize that the situation is serious. You don't want to pass judgment. And you want to reassure that help is available. You don't want to promise secrecy. Don't leave the person alone who is thinking about ending their life. Just sit with them until you know that they feel safe. Don't promise. The one that sticks out is don't promise secrecy. I don't think it's any secret that I have been very, very open about I've been very open about the fact that I have struggled with thoughts of suicide. I make no secret about that. And again, when I was younger, hey, gun to my head, blow brains out, mom and dad would come in and find me. I kept a sharp blade in my bag for a short while in my gym bag, just in case I wanted to. I actually started to, but I stopped and I caught myself. And so another thing that I wanted to hit on is things you should never say to someone who's suicidal, which kind of ties in with you're not thinking about killing yourself, are you? Which kind of ties in to things you should never say to someone who's suicidal. You're saying this to make me feel bad. You're just being dramatic. You're so selfish. All you're doing is thinking about yourself. I gotta pause for a second. My phone is absolutely blowing up. Oh, okay. So I'm about to put it on vibe mode. Okay, there. Okay, back to it. You're saying this to make me feel bad. You're saying this. You're just being dramatic. You're so selfish. All you're doing is thinking about yourself. You're weak. That's why you're considering this. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Things aren't that bad. You'll never do it. Don't be stupid. You have no reason to feel this way. So, the man or woman who got divorced or got out of a relationship, no. They have no reason to feel a certain way. The person who can't find a job, who has money issues, no. They're not being dramatic. person who just went through a traumatic situation. No, they're not weak. Um, there are situations, circumstances that make people want to end their life. And so, in my case, I consider myself an embarrassment. Um, I had financial issues, and I just didn't see any future for me that I really wanted to live in. So, um, I haven't been told any of these things. I haven't been told any of these things that you just read that I've just read off, but I would imagine that um, some of you who are watching this, I'm pretty sure you've been told one of the. Well, I'm not sure. I'm just speaking. I can't speak for y'all who are watching this, but um, some of these that I just read off, you have probably heard them before. I'm not going to say you have, but I'm just going to say you probably have heard them before. So, but all of these things that I just read off, the comments invalidate their struggle and just makes them feel even more misunderstood, more isolated, and probably even more likely to go through with it. So John Wall, my man, John Wall, first round draft pick of the Washington Wizards back in 2010, first overall pick. Played for the Wizards played for the Washington Wizards for the better part of 2010. And I believe it was in 2019 when he ruptured his Achilles, had surgery, sat out a year. And in the 2020 NBA bubble, he didn't even finish the season with the Wizards. He was traded to the Rockets. Really didn't play that much for the Rockets because he had a knee injury. But he signed a 2-year deal with the Clippers this offseason. And he just recently revealed that the past 2 to 3 years, emotional, physical hardships actually led him to thoughts of suicide. Now think about that for a second. Dak Prescott speaks about mental health. Hayden Hurst speaks about mental health. Odell Beckham Jr., he's had his issues with mental health. Solomon Thomas of the, I believe, Raiders. Now we're beginning to see a lot more professional athletes open up about what they feel inside, what they felt when they're going through certain struggles. So if these pro athletes who make money who are paid to play a game and play it well, are willing to open up and let the world know what they struggle with, what's stopping us? What's stopping common people from speaking up about their experiences? If they can be vulnerable enough to tell us what they're feeling, we can too, men and men and women, boys and girls. But he struggled with thoughts of suicide. John Wall did. His mom and grandmother died a year apart during the during everything that went down in March of 2020. He eventually enrolled in therapy, and he said, "If I can get through this, I can get through anything in life." Okay, so basically, he saved some lives. He saved some lives. Okay, that's what he basically did. He saved some lives, and that's what I like. John Wall is my new main man now. John Wall is the man for speaking up about mental health. But that Dak Prescott is the man too. Solomon Thomas is the man too. Hayden Hurst is the man too. So anyway, so one more thing. And this pertains as to what happened with me yesterday. After I got off of my after I got out of my first job. After I got out of UPS, I went into my second job, not feeling all too well about it. As a matter of fact, I was feeling miserable. I went in feeling miserable. And then while I was out on the road, doing deliveries, pickups, or whatnot, this is at my second job. It's just like the miserableness was so thick and so apparent that it felt like some of those sharp things you see on fences. Those sharp things you see on fences to reinforce, the small spikes. It felt like that was hugging my body. And all of a sudden felt like a feeling of panic had set in. And low level. It started at low level, but it kind of elevated to medium. Then it came back down. And it was so apparent that I was miserable and not in the best state of mind mentally. It was so apparent to one of the I guess you can say customers, yeah. One of the customers that I go to once every month, and this was the time of the month that I had to go and go to them. And it was so apparent that I wasn't in the right state mentally. When I walked in, she asked me, "Are you okay?" I said, "Sure, yeah, I'm fine." So I handle my business in the office. Then she asked me again. Okay. Then she asked me again. Okay. She said, "Are you really okay?" Okay. She's like, "Are you sure you're okay?" I said yes. I said yes. Knowing up here, I wasn't even close to okay. Mentally, I wasn't. She said, "Are you really okay? Because you look really upset." I said, yeah. I said, yeah, I'm okay. Then she said, you look, have you been having a bad day? Cause I don't know if that was the right person to be telling how I felt mentally. Okay. So she just asked me if I was having a bad day. And I said yes. I said yes. Little did she know I was having a bad day up here. Not, you know, bad day from, you know, my other job, UPS. I was having a bad day up here. Okay. So, so when I got done in her office, I walked out like, man, she noticed. She noticed. She said something. Okay. She noticed and she said something, which makes me kind of wonder. Which makes me kind of wonder because, um, well, no, it doesn't make me wonder because there have been people at UPS. I kid you not. There have been people at UPS who notice my mood. They probably don't say, hey, they probably don't say nothing, but trust me, I think they can tell. I think they can tell. No, no. I think that he can pretty much tell when I'm in a miserable mood, mentally at least. So, all right. I think I've said everything that I've wanted to say. Um, it is football season, so that's gonna be. So I'm welcoming football season. You know, I'm welcoming football season, not just for, not just for them, my team, but football as a whole, college and pro. I know college started a few weeks ago, but now you got pro as well. So that's going to be a very welcoming weekend distraction for a long time. So looking forward to the first Sunday tomorrow. Can't wait for it. Um, that's it. I'm done. Peace out, y'all. God bless.